Good morning. Okay, so I was told to be straight up with you guys today. To the mothers, the single mothers, or to, just mothers in general. All right, don't stay with somebody just because you have children or a child with them. Y'all, that's one of the worst things that you can do. There are situations that a lot of people are in where they're only there because of the children and they are being abused. They're not happy. They're miserable within their relationship or within the marriage and whatnot. But y'all, it is better to leave an abusive situation and relationship than to stay there and to have all of that affecting your children and to be oozing out on your children, because whatever you do, it affects your children and it affects how they view things. It affects their mindset as well. As your children are affected by your mood, by who you decide to be with, by who you hang with, that your children are affected by every decision that you make. And you don't want to put a hindrance on them by being around somebody that is ruining your mood all the time, somebody that is abusing you, somebody that isn't loving you properly. If you're going to be in any type of relationship, at least be loved properly. Because if not, you're there for nothing. What are you there for? Because it'll be causing more harm than good for you and your children. The enemy wants people to think that just because you have children with somebody that you are stuck with them for life, and that's not even true. God has proven that to me. I'm not stuck with nobody just because I have children with anybody or whatever. And the enemy also wants you to think that just because you have children that you don't have, there's certain opportunities that you can't have. That is a lie. I kind of wonder where they got all of that from, but I can only imagine it because it wasn't from God, okay? So the enemy, he wants to distort your way of thinking, and he also wants to twist your view on your own children to make you view your children in a different light, to make you feel like your children are burdens or something like that, and which is not true. It's just not true. The enemy attacks single moms and mothers in general, because there are mothers that are in marriages that are single mothers in the marriage, but he attacks mothers in general to get to the children, and to pollute the children, pollute the future, because children really are the future, guys. The enemy wants you to feel worthless and less than just because something didn't work out. A lot of people don't understand the fact that a lot of people are demonized. They may not have started off that way. A lot of people pick up demons along the way. Some people have been married for years and they was fine until one or both partners picked up demons or something happened in the spirit realm that they neither of them know anything about. A lot of times they don't even know why they didn't make it. But the truth of the matter is that there's a real battle going on out here, and just because two people didn't make it does not push the person that became the single parent under some kind of a negative barrier just because they're not with that toxic thing or relationship anymore. The enemy's job is to break down the mother, which is one of the foundations, okay? I mean, yes, the father is a foundation too as well, but mostly people often looking at the mom, which is one of the biggest foundations, because since I become saved, in turn, that saved my children while they are children, if y'all get what I'm saying. What I do, if I was to fall into sin, that would cause my children to go through a lot of warfare, guys. My children would be affected by everything that I do. Not everybody's situation is the same. Look at my story. My story is very perplexed and complex. It's not the same story with everybody. For a long time, I was sad and upset about the fact that I became a single mother, all because I didn't get to choose my partner, though. It was because I didn't get to choose who I wanted to have children with, and I was upset about that for a while. Now I used to ask God, like, why did you do this? Why did you allow this to happen like this? Because you knew I did not want this. He knew. I used to ask God when I was a teenager about not allowing me to have children with the wrong guy or anything like that. I used to ask him, pray to him about that. I used to pray to him that I didn't become pregnant at one point, and God switched that up on me. But what God did is he led me to my answer. He led me to the story about Mary and Jesus, because Mary didn't get to choose that either. She didn't choose um, to conceive Jesus. And she went through a lot whenever she carried Jesus. They wanted to kill Jesus, okay? So that helped me a lot in my viewpoint, okay? And it's like, all right, well, It's not just me. And then the Lord actually had a lady to speak to me randomly, and she was telling me about how she didn't get the chance to choose her husband, and she didn't get a chance to choose when she wanted to have children. And there are plenty of people out here like this, y'all. Everybody's situation and story isn't the same. I have received blessings all because I had my children, all because I decided to have my children. And they don't even belong to me. Once you realize that those are your children, but they don't belong to you. They belong to God. They don't, and I don't even belong to me. So that's the reason why a lot of us don't get to choose. It's not part of God's plan. Some things just not part of God's plan, and that's the reason why it don't go like that. Because what I was asking God for all those years was really stupid. You know, why would I ask him that? But I didn't know any better. So this is why God knows what he knows. This is why God is all knowing, and he is the best person to make the certain decisions and things like that for us, because otherwise none of us would be doing God's will. We'll be doing other stuff because we'd be too afraid to step out on faith a lot of times. And a lot of times God will have to go ahead and do what he have to do to complete his mission and his goal for us and for our future selves, because a lot of times we don't even want to accept responsibility in certain areas. But we have to get pushed to do that because we don't know how we're going to be able to deal with certain things. But y'all, the devil, he wants to pervert it just like everything else. He wants to pervert the view of children. He wants to pervert mothers and their way of thinking and doing things. He wants to pervert fathers. That's why there's so many absent fathers. Why do y'all think there's so many absent fathers, y'all? That is a curse. That is a curse. And if you know, like I know, is something that happens to men when they don't be in their children's lives. They really do suffer at the end for that, y'all, whether they want to know it or believe it or not. The enemy, he wants to kill two birds with one stone. So if he can get you bitter and all out of place and out of shape, it's going to be easier for him to get to your children, because you have left your post as a mom. You got to stand strong, stay strong in Christ, okay? It can be hard to leave certain situations and things, but the healing process will be there. God will be there to help you and to take care of your children too, because those are his children. They're really not ours like that. They're his children. But the enemy wants you to feel like you just less than a person just because you decided to leave. And that's not how that works. Because to be honest with y'all, even if I never had children and was in a marriage, I would have left that marriage. I don't stay with somebody that's misusing me. I will never do that. I've never been built like that. I'm not built in a way to take abuse. If anything, you will get left with the quickness, and I'll cry in the car. 1 Timothy 2:15 speaks about women being saved through childbearing, y'all. I believe this is what happened to me. Like I was telling you guys before, it's something about carrying the children, not carrying a children, carrying a child or children that bears some type of light. It's just something about it. It's because the babies are straight from heaven, so it's just something about carrying them that actually gives you, I don't know, it just opens up good doors for you. You want your children to be at peace, to have a peaceful mind, to get a fighting chance at life. And they can't do that if they're seeing mom sad and hurt all the time. Like it's just it's going to affect them in various ways. It'd be best for you just not to be there and to thrive and to branch off on your own and to build peace in your relationship with God. I'm telling you, God will take care of you and your children. I'm a living witness to that. You are his child, and so are those children or that child that you have. So keep that in mind, y'all. But yeah, the Lord wanted me to touch on that subject a bit. I hope that this helps somebody and to gain a better perspective on this. Don't let nobody tell you that you are less than just because you left an abusive or something that was going on within your relationship or marriage, guys. That's what you were supposed to do, first of all, because God don't want you going through that. So if I was married and a man put his hands on me, I would be gone. Like, I don't want to hear it. I'm gone, okay? I'm too cute for that. And y'all are too. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.